This is one of the oldest modern conflicts. The hostilities have been going on for over 30 years. This September, the territory of Nagorno-Karabakh was finally, Azerbaijan got full control of the territory of Nagorno-Karabakh. Because of that, ethnic Armenians who lived in the region, nearly 100,000 of them have escaped to Armenia, being afraid of ethnic cleansing and possible repressions. Authorities in Baku have promised that they're ready to welcome Armenians to Azerbaijan, but they have to accept Azeri citizenship. But I think the core thing here is that because of this conflict have been going on for decades and decades, there is a huge mistrust and a lot of bad memories on both sides. Both sides are accusing each other of war crimes, of slaughtering civilians, and on that, bearing in mind that it's really hard to build civil negotiations, it's really hard to stick to the diplomatic process.
Well, joining me now from the Armenian capital, Yerevan, is Vahan Kostanyan, the Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of Armenia. Welcome to you. Thanks very much for being with us. Bring us up to date on what is the latest situation 3 months on with the peace process and talks.
Well, as it was mentioned, already 3 months passed after the ethnic cleansing, which happened in Nagorno-Karabakh on September 19 and 20, and Armenia gave shelter to all the people who were forced to displace from Nagorno-Karabakh. And in the meanwhile, we remain committed to peace talks with Azerbaijan and normalizing the relations with our neighbor. But unfortunately, the several attempts to organize the meetings and relaunch the negotiations were not successful. The President of Azerbaijan, President Aliyev, didn't join the meeting in Granada in the auspices of European political community, although they had accepted the invitation of the President of European Parliament, Charles Michel. And later during these 3 months, there were several attempts by Brussels, but also Washington, to organize meetings to work on the text of the peace treaty, but Azerbaijani side was reluctant to join this meeting. As you might say that Azerbaijan is also stating that they are interested in finalizing the peace treaty with Armenia, but unfortunately the words are not enough and we need to concentrate on deeds. And the fact is that Azerbaijan is reluctant to come and to finalize the peace treaty on the principles which are adopted in Granada. And the principles are first to recognize the territorial integrity and sovereignty of both of our states without leaving any ambiguity, and for this we need to have a clear borderline based on the Almaty Declaration and Protocol that we both agreed in Prague during the and there is a quadrilateral statement on this, and we need to use the freshest USSR time maps as a foundation for further delimitation process between our two countries. And what is also important, we need to agree the principles of the opening of transport communications in our region, and we believe that these principles should be full respect of sovereignty and jurisdiction of the states, but also on the basis of reciprocity and equality.
Mr. Kostanyan, as you know, both sides accuse the other of ethnic cleansing. I was talking to the foreign policy advisor to the president of Azerbaijan in the last hour or so and asked him about how many people had returned who'd left, Armenians had returned who'd left Nagorno-Karabakh in the past 3 months. He said everybody is welcome back, but they must become Azerbaijan citizens and live under Azerbaijan rules and laws. Do you accept that as a premise for those who fled the territory returning?
I will leave to you to draw some conclusions, but the fact is that the exact number of people who returned to their ancestral homeland is zero. Although there is an order of International Court of Justice ordering Azerbaijan to ensure these people to exercise their right to return in a safe and dignified environment. So, which means simply that Azerbaijan should guarantee the security and protection of rights of these people. As there is nobody who returned, probably we might assume that they don't see proper guarantees for their return.
Okay. Farhan Kostanyan, thank you very much for joining us from Yerevan. Thank you.
Thank you.
Russian President Vladimir